Welcome everybody to the first point of our women's quarterfinal. Briar Bertram managing to pull that one down. It's Hammertron versus Ellipsis. Zhang for the score early off. Hammertron Mahuika versus Ellipsis women's team in the first of our two-stream quarterfinals. What an amazing play. We might have another shot at that one. Great pull. Fielded early by Kelly Carter. A quick bounce off. Maria Smith with a great big forehand finds Briar Bertram early, despite a great bid by Otten, trying to use that height. But Zhang left alone in the end zone, gets the score. Hammertron up by 1. Great to see an early start to this game. As always, my name is Blair Munro, and it is a privilege and a pleasure to bring you coverage with the proud support of ULTI.TV, the most amazing production crew this side of Mercury, the planet. Just such a pleasure to be here as you're providing you context and commentary for some of the most exciting sport you're going to see. It's the 2023 New Zealand Ultimate Championships at Puna Sports Hub in Christchurch. Hammertron coming out on defense. It's Egan Griffiths, early recenter to Valancourt. Pushes wide to Tan. Valancourt taking a little bit of a travel. Glad she brought her passport with her. Back to Egan Griffiths with a nice big deep shot. Emma Taylor in hot pursuit, but it's going to be Pigeon who brings it down. Some amazing play there. What a great snatch and a huge big backhand. Pigeon just opening up that space. It's gonna be enough. We're back on the board. We are 1-1, Hammertron Ellipsis. There's the big pull by Pang. Maria Smith and Kelly Carter working around the defense. Smith again threads one through to Briar Bertram. Palmer stretching the deep space. Some great play there by Itoyo to generate the turn with a huge layout block. That's what Ellipsis need. Briar Bertram aggressive on the defense. Goes wide, but Pang's able to pull that one down. Sends off a big, huge shot. Looking for Carr. Cannot find her, a little bit too much edge. It fades towards the far sideline. Kelly Carter in hot pursuit. Carter to Smith, finds Lawrence, works with Palmer on the near sideline. Back to Carter as the Ellipsis defense try and figure out where the biggest threats are. McDonald crashes through the defensive zone, then works with Lawrence to get out of the trap. Briar with a one-handed grab. Nice work by Bertram on the far sideline. Maria Smith having to work hard, trying to get an option available, pulls the defense in close, which opens up a crossfield shot to Kelly Carter. Back to Smith to Carter. She wants to unleash that famous forehand. Instead comes near sideline to Abby Lawrence, unmarked. Pressured a little by the zone. Throws a monster hammer. Great work, great run through there. But it looks like there was contact on the play. There's definitely a call. A great hammer attempt by Abby Lawrence. What a beautiful shot. And so the question is whether Otten made contact with Bertram on the way through to block that disc. So just a reminder for those watching at home, we are talking about a self-officiated sport. So there are no external referees. It's players who take it upon themselves to learn the rules, make calls as they see fit. So that's going to be a contested foul call. The disc will go back to the last uncontested player, which is going to be Abby Lawrence. Manages to work with Carter and McDonald. Palmer puts one up and over. Dompa takes a knee to keep that one in hand. Needs a bit of support. It's Maria Smith to McDonald. Some very aggressive zone defense that we're seeing here from the Ellipsis side. Itoyo doing a huge job in the middle of that space, stopping work through the zone from Between and Pang, who are able to shut down a lot of the downfield options. Bertram looking up line, threads it through, gets Smith to Dompa, back to Smith. Nice crossfield shot to McDonald. Who's going to be the one who opens up? It's a hammer again. And it's Otten again. There's the big shot, but it's blading early, but Otten's underneath it comfortably. Quick reset to Carr. And then the defense slowly closes in. Pang gets the disc on the far sideline, marked out by Maria Smith. Between manages to hit a reset center field, marked by Dompa, but the backhand's given up. We find Fung. Nice big continuation. Brought down beautifully by Olivia Carr for Ellipsis. 2-1. Ellipsis from Australia up over Hammertron Mahuika from Waikato region. And so Ellipsis to come out on defense. Eva Witherall with the pull. Nice amount of float on there, but it's fielded early by Simone. Ball finds Hughes midfield as we see Hammertron set up in that sort of hexagonal structure. Some nice give-and-go movement against the zone. Ball working with Hogan and Hughes to keep the disc moving. Finds White on the far sideline. Huge fake to shift the defense. Hogan pointing. It's great to see, taking that leadership role. Ball has the disc with a big forehand. White not going to be able to get underneath it as it fades towards the far sideline, coming out, giving the disc back towards Ellipsis. We all wait with bated breath as the disc is walked up to where it left the field. Zhang aggressive on the mark. To Fung, finds Pigeon on the near sideline, winding up a forehand. Works back with Egan Griffiths to Valancourt. Perry trying to pressure it. Egan Griffiths again. Let's rip with a huge backhand for Eva Witherall and the score. Ellipsis currently up by 2. We'll get to see that again. A very well-weighted throw by Egan Griffiths. Just touched in, called in by Marangi Hogan. Hammertron offense, Anne-Marie McDonald, Kelly Carter, Grace Jourdain, Anne-Marie Domper, Emma Taylor, Briar Bertram, and Maria Smith. Some solid players here as the pull comes in low and flat. A little bit of a skip across the grass. Smith and Carter working together to initiate. Taylor threads a laser beam through to Briar Bertram, working back with Taylor on the far sideline. What a beautiful put over the top to find Maria Smith with a nice quick forehand, bouncing the disc off Grace Jourdain, establishing some momentum. A nice upline shot. It's Maria Smith cheekily body checking Fiona Pang to pull that one down. Back to Carter and Smith. Goes wide. Emma Taylor with a textbook knee slide. Big fake to shift the defense. Winds up the hammer. Winds with the backhand. Lets one big rip. Looking for Briar Bertram. And that is going to be in. What a beautiful score to keep Hammertron in the game. Well done, Mahuika. The score now 3-2 in favour of the Australian side. It is fantastic to see those younger players, Emma Taylor, Maria Smith, Marangi Hogan, really starting to develop more, take on more of that leadership role, putting some of the work in, and really just uncorking some big shots. Briar Bertram, currently a lacrosse national champion, having helped lead the Waikato side to a national championship only a week ago. Clearly her conditioning has been adequate, showing that explosive speed on those deep cuts. Marangi Hogan with the disc to pull for the Hammertron defensive line, supported by Simone Ball, Abby Lawrence, Nikki White, Aroha Hughes, Genevieve Palmer, and Min Jung. We've got again Griffiths again, Eva Witherall, Valancourt, Itoyo, and Kara. And a turn early. This is what Hammertron were hoping for. Simone Ball finds Nikki White on the far sideline, marked by Eva Witherall. Nice quick reset backwards to find Marangi Hogan. Big fake opens up a nice window for Simone Ball, pardon me, to cut into. Puts the big backhand up. Who's she looking for? It's Nikki White. Nikki White, who has been doing the most. Been putting away points all weekend. Again, cannot score a point without trying to wear the disc as a hat. It's lovely to see that level of enthusiasm. Great cut by Genevieve Palmer to pull Nicola Kara out of the way. It opened up that channel. So some great on-field quarterbacking, which opened up this beautiful score for the Hammertron Mahuika ladies. The score now 3-3. So Ellipsis, they do have the advantage. They're coming out on offense. We're going to see some really clinical throws. They've got some great deep receivers in your Eva Weatheralls and your Georgia Egan Griffiths. Some very confident throwers as well. And the rain starts to settle in. This is Waikato weather brought down to Ngā Puna Wai by the Hammertron side. These are the conditions they're probably most used to playing in. Some great aggressive undercuts. Egan Griffiths manages to get a second hand to that one to keep it alive. Pushes toward the far sideline. Some quick give and goes as we have Olivia Carr with the disc working backwards. Grace Jordan slowly trying to close the trap as Hammertron come down in arrowhead zone. 3 players up the front, Anne-Marie Domper, Keita Perry, and Grace Jordan really trying to force the disc to the sideline. It's not going to stop the big shot going up. And despite Eva Weatherall's impressive pace, having that step in front of Briar Bertram, the field just is not long enough. That disc was going to go out. A hard play. Great work there by the Ellipsis side. And even if there's no score there, it's an impressive territorial play. Ellipsis managed to get the turn back. Egan Griffiths pointing, signaling where she wants to hit the disc. There it is. What a great put away by Olivia Carr. Great isolation work, managing to get free in the end zone as Ellipsis go up by 1. The score currently 4-3. And so Ellipsis to come out on defense now. The rain really starting to hammer in. There is the signal for readiness by the Ellipsis puller, Itoyo. Lets it rip, it comes in low, touches down, picked up by Simone Ball, centered to Maria Smith, supported by Emma Taylor, but it's Genevieve Palmer who takes some yards against this Ellipsis zone for giving up those individual matchups in favor of shutting down space. Some great aggressive cuts towards the disc, keep it in the Hammertron hands of Emma Taylor. On the far sideline, she puts a big shot up. There's players underneath, but Simone Ball not able to get there. Fung with some great big fakes. Pulled down by Itoyo and drives it away to Weatherall yet again. Ellipsis up by 2. We get to see that one again. Fung throws, Toyo gets it. Weatherall on a quick spin. So Ellipsis up by 2. We can see the rain on screen, how heavily it's falling from the right-hand side of your screen down towards your left, indicating a slight wind as well. Some last-minute communication from Kelly Carter to sort of drive the offense here. Egan Griffiths puts it long towards the near sideline. It's going to be picked up by Maringi Hogan. To Hughes early. Quick recenter to Kelly Carter. Simone between. Applying pressure on the mark as we see Ellipsis come through with that zone again. Carter manages to slip past and find Kaita Perry. Some quick continuations. Maringi Hogan available as a reset. Gets there ahead of Tan. Puts a big shot up, looking for Briar Bertram. Finds her on the sideline. Looks back, finds Hughes. Some great patient offense here. Works back with Carter, pushes across. Great touch there by the defense. Hogan's able to get it and try and bounce to Kelly Carter, but a foul is called on that block. We're going to get to see that again. Hogan testing the sideline, gets a tip, comes through. We'll get to see that again. There was a touch on the disc and a quick. And so the players are going to just have a bit of a conversation about how they feel that should be resolved. It's hard to tell from our perspective. Great touch on the disc to set that wobble in. A nice quick bounce off Hogan. Looks like it's going to be an uncontested foul or an accepted foul. And there's the intercept. Again, Griffiths nearly lets it go. Puts a big shot up, looking for between. Lays a little too early, might have tripped over her own feet. A great chase down. Hughes in hot pursuit, but it's not going to be enough. So Hammertron will retain possession of the disc after that one. Briar Bertram manages to get the disc off the sideline to Hogan. Back to Bertram as they chip through. Hammertron making just several small 5-10 meter passes. Hughes works with Jourdain, pushing towards the far sideline, trying to keep the defense on its toes. If the defense isn't in position, it cannot do its job. Hogan goes around to Carter. Carter calling Bertram all the way under. It's Hogan back to Carter. Back to Hogan, some quick changes of direction. It's really great to see. Goes up over the top. Carter can't pull it down. A huge forehand. Took 3 receivers to pull that one down for Ellipsis as they go up by 3. Clarice Tan manages to pull that one down for Ellipsis off the assist from Egan Griffiths. Big, high, floaty forehand. Otten and Pigeon both went up for it, but it's Tan who comes down with the stats. So Ellipsis to come out on defense in what I believe to be a game to 15. So the first time a team puts 8 points on the board, they will take half. We'll have a short break. But until then, it is anybody's game. There's only 3 points in it. Simone Ball working with Emma Taylor. Emma Taylor taking a wide stance, using the hips and shoulders to try and open up the defense. Simone Ball puts a big shot up. It's Nikki White over Eva Weatherall. Emma Taylor comes through, takes a couple of chip passes, finds Hogan on the near sideline, works back to an unmarked Emma Taylor as the aggressive cuts from the Hammertron side start to test the intense Ellipsis defense. Hogan anyway has it right on the doorstep. Works back, manages to find Emma Taylor, losing yards in the process, but a great bailout option. Hogan wants it back. Simone Ball provides a safe reset option. The aggressive Ellipsis defense slowly pushing Hammertron away from the end zone. But it's Hogan one more time. Just living proof that when you ask for what you want, you are inclined to get it. Goes wide, finds Emma Taylor. Palmer available as a reset. Simone Ball coming under just in case it's necessary. Emma Taylor pushing hard towards the far sideline. Anne-Marie Dompa has the disc. Pressured by Weatherall. And a comfortable interception by Valancourt. And Ellipsis start to flow back the other way. Puts a huge forehand up. Tries to snap one around to Itoyo and manages it. Threads a backhand low through to Eva Weatherall, who throws the assist. Molly Valancourt for the score as Ellipsis go one away from taking half. Hammertron are going to have to change something up if they want to put a stop in the bottle that is the Ellipsis Genie. Such aggressive pressure on defense, managing to generate those turns and just being unwilling to give the disc back. Ellipsis probably confident here of a break. Nice high pull. It's going to touch down and roll for a little bit. Carter going to pick up. Finds Smith. Bouncing back to Carter. Maria Smith getting every other touch. Running a dominator play. You love to see it. Pinned down on the sideline now. Great managing to reset around the long arms of Natalie Otten. Finds Anne-Marie, bounces to Lawrence. Back to Smith. Briar Bertram wide, gets the disc. Finds Anne-Marie McDonald yet again on the far sideline. There's options, but they're pinned down. Looks like they're starting to apply pressure to Kelly Carter. Great attempt by Abby Lawrence, just not going to be enough. It's going to give the disc back. Egan Griffiths marked by Jung, but she puts the backhand up anyway. Great touch by Anne-Marie McDonald, but it's going to be a foul called. That foul is going to be accepted. So if the foul is accepted, one player will need to check the disc in and before players can move. So now the disc is live. So, and the disc is going to be brought to the front of the end zone by Natalie Otten. One pass away from Ellipsis taking half. And there it is. Ellipsis take half, finding Angela Pigeon open on the near sideline for a great score, only 30 minutes into the game. Ellipsis 8, Hammertron Mahuika 3. This is the quarterfinal match, one of our two-stream quarterfinal matches for our women's division of the New Zealand Ultimate Championships Division 1 at Ngā Puna Wai Sports Hub. Proudly brought to you by ULTI.TV. Head on over to patreon.com/ULTI.TV if you like what you see. Help us bring you more of the very best Ultimate here in Australia and around the world. But I will join you shortly in the second half. My name is Blair Munro, and we will be back soon. We are back for the second half of this quarterfinal match between Hammertron, Mahuika, and Ellipsis from Australia. Hammertron down by 5 at the start of the second half. It's Egan Griffiths with the disc now as Ellipsis play out of a horizontal stack. Huge play by Valancourt there to keep that one in hands, and Egan Griffiths on a nice upper line sends a big hammer up. Some great work by Kater Perry to pull that one down. It's Maria Smith with the disc now, working with Hughes. Dompa tries to get free for the disc, but pressured too much by Pigeon. Simone Ball on the near sideline, puts a big backhand up. She's looking for Nikki White. And it's pulled down instead by Georgia Egan Griffiths, who goes with a big shot of her own. Carr manages to recenter the disc through Pigeon to find Egan Griffiths once again. Dompa trying to put pressure on the mark. It's not going to be enough. We have Amanda Fung far sideline, manages to get one across to Valancourt. Who's underneath it? It's Eva Witherall for the score. Ellipsis going up by another one, 9-3 over Mahuika. Huge backhand just inside the back of the end zone. Fung to Valancourt. The big backhand fading out, reeled in by Eva Witherall. Hammertron to come out on offense, some last minute discussion before the disc goes up. Itoyo. Gives the signal. Ready to put the pull up and start the point. Long and low. Touching down, fielded by Anne-Marie McDonald. Quick work with Taylor and Carter. Finds Hogan on the near sideline. Carter on an aggressive upline, but it's pressured close. Taylor free. Manages to receive an overhead. An inside backhand to McDonald, to Hogan. Some great Hammertron play here. Just some nice chippy shots through, but an aggressive defense slowly pushing them towards the near sideline. Goes up, over the top, finds him, and Taylor lets one rip. Kelly Carter not able to get it. Natalie Otten takes to the skies and shuts that one down. A tough spot for Hammertron to be in. A great spot for Ellipsis to be in. Briar Bertram pressuring Pang on the mark. Recenters to Tan. Finds Itoyo on the far sideline. A huge play by Mandy Lee. Manages to lay out and get that disc. It's Tan. Field opens up in front of her. Itoyo again, puts a forehand up. Natalie Otten, to the surprise of no one, comes down with that one. Threads a backhand away. Simone between. Mandy Lee again. Puts the backhand up. Finds a wide open Natalie Otten in the end zone. Ellipsis hitting double digits. 10 over the Mahuika 3. And so Ellipsis to come out on defense yet again. Closing in on the end of this game to 15. Toyo with a huge pull into the Mahuika defensive zone. Ball to Smith to Ball. Some great work back. It's still Simone Ball, still Maria Smith. Some great work chipping. They're now comfortably in the Ellipsis half. White pulls it down, decides to push sideways to Hughes, bouncing back towards the middle, finds Maria Smith. Back to Hughes, what a grab. Smith on the far sideline, over the top, finds Ball. Some good acceleration, gets the nice space. Defense can't stop it. Ball only 10 meters out from the end zone. Bertram signaling for something big and wide. A touch and a great bid to try and keep that one in hands. Witherall finds Egan Griffiths. Witherall starting to push deep. Fung puts one up, and Witherall pulls it down. Finding Nicola Cara in the end zone. 11-3, Ellipsis only 4 points away from a win. Some great offense on display.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
And we are back for the later stages of this exciting match between Ellipsis, who have really poured on the fire and managed an 8-point split over Hammertron Mahuika from Waikato. Ellipsis, the Australian side, coming to make their mark, coming to walk away, or at least attempt to, with the New Zealand Ultimate Championships for the women's division. Hammertron Mahuika first to break the huddle. Ellipsis to play one more time in defense. Itoyo with the disc. Some great pulls we've seen from this Australian player. The defense really does start with a good pull. And Utoyo has definitely taken that into consideration when honing her craft. It's a great shot deep into the Hammertron side. Fielded by Hughes. Takata back to Hughes. Again, some quick chip give and go. Trying to eat up some yards. Nikki White gives it to Hogan, who sends it deep. But it's eaten up by Pigeon. Fung to Otten, to Pigeon again. McDonald aggressive on the mark. Nikki White eats that up, quick tries to chip it back to Grace Jourdain. The pace just a little bit quick. Carr with the disc. Works to the far side, finds Utoyo with a laser beam beforehand. Between, pulls it up. White puts pressure on the mark. Utoyo. Lasers it through. It's Pang on the disc. Fung puts a high backhand up. Who's underneath it? Looks like there was a call on the play. So we'll just wait for the players to resolve what discussion there was. Fung dragging that back foot on the throw to try and get a little bit of extra distance to clear over the Mahuika defenders. Not exactly sure what the call is. But it is up to the players themselves to resolve. So other players getting involved here. Looks like a foul is going to be contested. An interesting call based on our replay footage. Not exactly sure what the nature of the foul was, but the players obviously have been unable to come to a conclusion on their own. So the disc will be returned to the last uncontested play. Fung will start with the disc. And there is the score. Utoyo putting Ellipsis on the board to make it 12 to Mahuika 3. Get a little update. Nexus Affinity, last year's champions, currently 13-4 over Zodiac in a game to 15 on their side as well. Nexus Affinity obviously looking for a repeat of last year's performance and the previous years before that, and quite possibly the year before that as well. Strong path to the finals for them ahead. Ellipsis hoping to knock out Hammertron here so they can make top 4 and possibly see Nexus Affinity in the final match. Egan Griffiths with the disc for the pull. Tries to put a roller out, curves towards the far sideline. Not a bad option. Aroha Hughes manages to get a touch. But it's going to come in on the sideline. It's exactly where Ellipsis want it. They'll set up a zone defense, try and pressure any throws back towards the center of the field. Briar Bertram makes a great crash in towards that cup, but it's not able to be kept in hands. So Egan Griffiths picks it up again, puts it out wide. Carr with a big hammer over the top. Manages to find Mandy Lee, who bounces it off Egan Griffiths, and back to Lee for the score. Ellipsis 13, Hammertron Mahuika 3. So we'll see that again. Carr with a great big hammer. Lee's got it. A quick bounce to Egan Griffiths, and then unmarked in the end zone for a nice little reel in and a point. So the door slowly closing on Mahuika's opportunities to perform in the semi-finals, in the top 4. Not an impossible path to victory, but a very, very difficult one ahead. Ellipsis, on the other hand, only 2 breaks away. And it's probably worth noting that the halftime score was 8-3, so the last 5 points have all been Ellipsis breaks. Somehow, Ellipsis have managed to fire up. Their defense has become more aggressive, more assertive. Their players taking up more space, seeming to be everywhere at once. There's just that much more pressure. And as we enter the late stages of the game, we're going to need to see how Hammertron change things up in order to respond. Kelly Carter deciding to put in work. White to Hogan. Smith back to Hogan, through a bidding Ellipsis defender. That's the one for Pigeon. Snaps up those crumbs. It's between, pushes far sideline. Itoyo, marked by Emma Taylor. Gets a laser beam of a forehand through, finds Olivia Carr. Puts a low shot up, finds Otten despite the bid from Hogan. Pang to Otten. To Pigeon for the score. Ellipsis only 1 point away from victory. And Ellipsis managing a quick break off that one, just having Angela Pigeon appear out of nowhere to quickly generate a turn and string some passes together. Long shot, managed to, I believe, finish that point as well. I could be wrong. These things are known to happen. Ellipsis hoping that this is going to be the last point of the game. Egan Griffiths again puts the roller in. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Smith to Bertram, to Ball. Back to Bertram. Wide to Nikki White, who takes a knee to keep it alive. Ball back to White. As the defense slowly drops off, it's Ball and White. Just trying to use Nikki White's explosiveness and Simone Ball's experience and skill with the disc to just keep moving through. 4 players around the disc from the Ellipsis, really trying to shut down the Hammertron women. But Simone Ball has it again. There's not enough developing in the deep space to give her an option. Except for that, Witherall closing in, but Nikki White comes down with it. What a beautiful hold there. What a beautiful, beautiful hold. Nikki White parking up in the deep space. That's where Eva Witherall likes to have her opposition. She likes to park them up, trusting her own closing speed. But she went a little bit early, maybe didn't quite have the read. Nikki White comes down with it, puts another one on the board. A 10-point game. And now Ellipsis to start on offense. So 1 hold away from a win. The door is slowly creaking shut. And by the looks of things, another score update. Nexus Affinity 14-6 over Zodiac with only 1 point left to go. Nexus Flexus, their counterpart team, on 3 against Blueberries 9. Currently, that's Fast Blueberries, their Division 1 team. All things being equal, it looks to be Ellipsis, Nexus Affinity, and Fast Blueberries in the final, joined by Cannons or Misfits, the winner of our other stream game, still being played. But our focus is right here as Kelly Carter sends up the pull for what Ellipsis hope will be the last time. Egan Griffiths marked by Emma Taylor, 23 on 23. Itoyo gets open. Can't get away the backhand as Kelly Carter and Simone Ball help clamp that one down. Between, pushes wide. And a call is made as the player, Fung, didn't throw from inbounds. So we'll just get to see what happens. Oh. So hopefully we'll get a chance to see that again, although I think our angle might have been a little bit close. Not sure whether or not Fung landed inbounds or whether or not that was a straddle. It's going to be a little bit hard to see from this angle. Okay, we're going to cue that up one more time. So players have come to the commentary booth to get a better perspective from our replay. Well done to our ULTI.TV camera crew. ULTI.TV, better than a game advisor. Head on over to patreon.com/ULTI.TV if you like what you see. But either way, it's up to the players to resolve the call. Either way, Carter has retracted her travel call. And so it looks like the disc is going to be considered out. It's now checked in, but possession will go to Hammertron. Simone Ball puts one through, finds Nikki White, marked aggressively by Eva Witherall. Goes up line, finds Simone Ball. Patient, patient, patient. Puts one through to White again, leaving body on the line for this game. Eva Weatherall throws herself into that disc to generate the turn. Egan Griffiths marked by Taylor. Goes, finds Fong. Classic foot drag again as she finds Carr on the far sideline. Egan Griffiths with a big backhand. Looking for Itoyo. Simone Ball can't get there in time as Ellipsis take game 15-4 over Hammertron Mahuika. A great defensive effort, but the offense that switched on awareness manages to get another attempt at the disc after the first touch. Huge play by Ellipsis and well done to that team. They will be going through to the semi-finals. Likely to face one of Nexus Affinity, the Fast Blueberries, and Canterbury Cannons or Auckland Misfits, the result of which is yet to be decided. Such an impressive performance, a great display by both of these teams. Today, the momentum went heavily in favor of Ellipsis. So well done, a great play by Itoyo to finish the game. What a pleasure it has been to be your eyes and ears on the ground to talk you through the events of this game as we come close to the end of the second day of the New Zealand Ultimate Championships at Ngā Puna Wai Sports Hub. My name is Blair Munro, and with the support of ULTI.TV, it has been an absolute delight to bring you the coverage of the day's events. We will have a showcase game coming up for you very shortly. But until then, have a good one.
ULTI.TV